So, check this out, people. We know that both GME and AMC are doing really, really well on Thursday night after market. We also know that the majority of retail investors cannot trade AMC after market or pre-market. So the only ones who are able to take advantage of this squeeze or these squeezes or these spikes are market makers and those who have the ability to trade in and out of the market, pre-market or after market. And so if we don't take advantage of these spikes and these squeezes for both AMC and GME, we are not going to be able to make the money that we want to make as retail investors. Unfortunately, a lot of these YouTubers who are scumbags got you buying and holding, talking about the journey, talking about beating market makers and hedge funds. I could care less about hedge funds. I simply get into the market so that I can win. And so, if you don't take advantage of these spikes, and if you don't sell at a profit, once the market opens, you're going to lose that opportunity. This is why when the market opens and the stock begins to spike, you have to be able to take advantage of those spikes. If not, you're going to lose the opportunity. A lot of people who have bought into AMC and GME bought in at the top because they FOMO'd in. Those who are smart investors who bought in at the top, $30 or higher, who have the means to trade in and out of the market after hours or pre-market, these are the only people who are making money right now. Every day, retail investors like you and I have to wait for the market to open in order to get our money. And the majority of people who are calling out to the moon, are just a bunch of idiots if they don't take their profits. And when someone like me comes along and says, hey, get your money, don't fall for this stupidity, this nonsense. We all know what happened with AMC pumpers and AMC mooners who were crying out to the moon when AMC first squeezed. And all those other GME pumpers who were crying out to the moon, who never sold, who FOMO'd in at the top, didn't take profits, and are stuck today. And even though GME has been doing so well, over $40, and you would think that this is something that they can take advantage of, they still can't take advantage of it because they FOMO'd in at $40, $50, $60. Those who FOMO'd in at $30 or higher, when the market opens, if you have the opportunity, I suggest you think about getting your profits. Opportunities like this don't come only come once in a lifetime. And if you don't take advantage of this situation, this is history. This is history being made not once, not twice, but 3 times. I've always said stocks don't go to the moon. GME is not going to the moon just like AMC didn't go to the moon, just like AMC got played, or rather AMC pumpers were played by the CEO. And we already know that Ryan Cohen caused the stock to go short when he sold 45 million shares. And if you don't do the same thing that Ryan Cohen has done, if you don't do the same thing that Adam Aron has done, if you don't do the same thing that Trace Trades and all these other scumbags who were telling you to hold, and then they were selling behind your back and becoming rich, not a first time, not a second time, but a third time. You're going to be an idiot a first, second, and third time because you didn't take advantage of this situation the same way they have. Because people, again, this is history being made. If you don't take opportunity to get your money and you're playing this stupid game about trying to beat market makers and market manipulators, you're the one who's being manipulated. Roaring Kitty has gotten rich. He's made millions because he sold at the top while everyone else was screaming to the moon. Now he's back. At least that's what everybody believes. Everybody believes this is him. No one really knows. But let's just say he's back. If it is him, again he's cashing out in the millions while these idiots are calling to the moon, to the moon. And the only people who get rich are the rich. The rich get richer while the idiots get poorer because they buy into the system or they buy into the nonsense that these YouTubers are selling them. After they say that they're not financial advisors, then they tell you to hold. Buy and hold, buy and hold. You buy and hold into a stock that's $4 and you buy and hold the stock that's worth $3.50, and if it plays between $4 and $3, the $3.50 stock, or the $4 stock plays between $5 and $3, yeah, you buy and hold. But you don't buy and hold into a stock that goes from $3 to $30 and think that you're doing the right thing or the smart thing. You don't buy into a stock that's $3 and then it hits 15 and you hold because you're saying it's going to the moon. That's just stupid. You don't buy into GME at $10 and then it hits $60, $70 and you say it's going to the moon. I'm not going to sell. You're a fucking idiot. Because everybody else is selling and getting rich while you're talking about to the moon. And I guarantee you that months from today, after all of this is over, you're going to see a bunch of YouTubers or a bunch of retail investors complaining about how much they've lost by listening to GME and AMC Pumpers. The fact is that if you lose your money, it's your fault because they have two buttons, a buy button and a sell button. And if all you know how to do is hit the buy button and you're not smart enough to hit the sell button, it's not market makers' fault when you lose. It's not hedge funds. It's not Ryan Cohen's fault. It's not Adam Aaron's fault. It's not Citadel's, Ken Griffin. It's no one's fault but your fault because you don't know how to hit the sell button. In the end, people, you got to get your profits. You got to get your money.